Hey lovers! Before I dive into today's energy update, I want to let you know that I will now be posting the energy updates on YouTube. There has been some algorithm changes with Facebook and Instagram, also them talking about charging people monthly, and who knows what's going on with TikTok. But YouTube is always consistent, and if you know me, you know I love consistency. So I'll post the first 60 seconds of the video on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, but if you want to see the full video, you have to see it on YouTube. Okay, let's dive in. Thursday, we have a full moon in Sagittarius, which I personally love Sagittarius. I am a Sagittarius in Vedic astrology, so I resonate a lot with the sign. And I've already been feeling the full moon energy and looking at the Schumann resonance. So let's look at the charts. So we have had a lot of activity going, and we're going to continue to have a lot of activity going. As I shared in previous videos, things are not going to slow down. The dust is not going to settle. Things will continue to be intense, and we have to adapt. So making sure that we are grounding, we are pausing, slowing down, resting when we can, because the pace that society is operating at is not sustainable. 8 in 10 people are operating in burnout. And it's just one of those things where we have to be mindful of what is actually going on. And people that try to push through, it's going to lead to illness. So I'll say it time and time again: rest, ground, pause, slow down when you can. I actually had a full day of just laying around doing nothing, and it was amazing. So I'm definitely a workaholic, but I know when to listen to my body. When my body says pause, rest, I listen. So it's not saying don't live your life, because that's what we're here for, right? To live our best lives, to go after our goals and dreams and enjoy life, enjoy passion, pleasure, excitement, all the yumminess that life has to offer. So we still want that. And we also have to understand how intense things are and how much we're actually taking in. So Wi-Fi and all of our tech devices gives off EMF, which is slowing our cells down. So we're up against a lot. The energy surges, the solar flares, the EMF, we're up against a lot. So when I say to rest, when I say to pause, is not to stop you from living your best life. It's to say, if you want longevity, if you want sustainability, we have to pause and refill our cup. So for me, this full moon in Sagittarius feels very stand up for yourself, speak up for yourself, stop letting things slide, honor how you feel and express that. It feels very expressive. That's a good word. That's what it feels like to me, very expressive. I found myself speaking up. I found myself saying, hey, this is not okay. This is unacceptable in numerous situations. But I know that the old me would suppress and silence myself and keep things to myself because I didn't want to ruffle feathers. But I think that we are entering into a time where we're like, ruffle, ruffle, or ruffle, ruffle, because we're truly honoring ourselves, honoring our inner child. And this is for people that are doing the inner work, the deep shadow work, the inner child healing, and really overcoming their trauma adaptations, which people pleasing and suppressing how you feel and not speaking up for yourself is a trauma adaptation. As children, we needed that to stay safe, but things are different. The old paradigms are crumbling. The old toxic systems of control and manipulation, they are crumbling, and people are standing up for themselves, and rightfully so. So I'm here for it. And I find that people will continue to mistreat you as long as you allow them to. So when you stand up and say, hey, this didn't feel good. Hey, I don't like this. Hey, I would prefer to be talked to this way, or I would prefer to be treated this way, or, I find this to be a little disrespectful. And when we speak up, it creates a beautiful opportunity for healing, connection, and communication. And that's what it's all about. And so nothing will change if we don't speak up. So hopefully, this full moon in Sagittarius creates expressiveness in you, and you speak up for what you need, what you desire, and what you truly want for yourself, your life, and your connections. So let me know how this energy is feeling to you. And I think that as we continue to move forward with this really intense energy, we're peeling back the layers and we're truly getting to who we are at our core and what we truly want for our lives. And this morning, I actually woke up with a lot of gratitude. I noticed that the pieces in my life are flowing together so beautifully, but it looks different and it feels different than what I expected. So it's very easy to miss it if you don't pause and say, hey, I actually have some really amazing things going on here, because life is happening so fast. We're in autopilot. We don't realize that we've actually attracted what it is we asked for. And maybe it's not perfect because we've been sold this fairy tale of perfection when you have your dream relationship, but maybe things are a little challenging because the economy sucks. So that causes stress that makes you not realize how amazing your relationship is. Or maybe you have your dream business, but again, the economy sucks. So maybe it's a little harder than you expected because we've been programmed to believe that when you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. I call bullshit. Running a business is hard work, even if you love what you do. So we're breaking through the programming that we've been sold. We've been sold this lie to keep us in this rat race. And even if you own a business, you're still in a rat race. Okay. So we have to understand what's actually going on and adjust accordingly. And I think that the people that are doing harm are being exposed. Can we just say, Diddy? The people that are doing harm are being exposed, and it's disheartening because these are people that we looked up to and we idolized and we loved at some point. I grew up listening to Diddy's music. I grew up listening to Danity Kane. I love Danity Kane. I actually wanted to audition for Danity Kane. I mean, I used to sing back in the day, if you don't know. So that was something that I wanted. And then to think that if that actually happened for me, I would have been exposed to this monster. So the shadows are being exposed. The outdated programming that no longer serves us is being exposed. And everyone who did everything that they said to do to live the American dream, and they're realizing, hey, I'm not really happy, it's being exposed. And while it's disheartening, it is a blank canvas for us to build the life that we truly desire. So if we strip away all of the programming and get to who we are at our core, what we truly desire for ourselves, for our lives, for our relationships, for our careers or businesses, that is powerful. But it takes courage. It takes courage. So one of the things I've been working on in my studio is really helping my clients ground into their courage, the courage to go after what they truly desire, even if it doesn't look like what society says it should look like. So I hope that you find courage in this full moon in Sagittarius. And as always, ground, rest, pause when you can. Listen to your body.